For the past 12 months, the experts at Twitter growth from a company called Tweet Hunter have been sending me email after email after email with amazing tips for how to grow your following on Twitter. In this video, I'm going to pick my 9 favorite ideas and examples for how to grow fast on Twitter from these hundreds and hundreds of examples that they have provided. I'm going to break down the tweet and exactly why it worked. And so, of course, you can hopefully replicate and have the same success with your Twitter journey. So the first example comes in the form of having an actionable tip and then a trending topic. So you need to take advantage of something that's trending because inevitably that's going to attract more people to your content. So the example that we have on screen at the moment is from Adit Steth. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Apologies if I haven't. And it's the most useful chat GPT prompts in order. So what he's done is, of course, given people something that they can use, they can actually implement, but he's also picked up on a trending topic and combined these two items together. That can be incredibly powerful for getting a tweet to go viral on Twitter. Okay, so the next example is taking a complex topic and then making it accessible to everyone. So another way to put this is take something that's really complicated and explain it to me like I'm 5 years old. Too many people are just way too complicated with what they try and put out there, and you need to make it so most people can understand it. So the example is complex topic, make it accessible. This one comes from Cody Sanchez. I'm a huge Cody Sanchez fan. I devour her content. In this tweet, she put, "You can buy land for $10,000 and make $1,500 a month, and here's how anyone can do it." So the crucial part of this tweet is her saying, here's what a lot of people would like to do, and now I'm going to make it really simple for you. Because a lot of people would probably look at the prospect of buying land, how do I make money from it, would think, too complicated. So she's made it really simple, and you can see that's why that tweet did so well. You know, it's got over 7,000 likes, 800 retweets, nearly 170 replies, you know, and it's because she has really specific knowledge in this area. She's able to make it so simple. So really think about how you could apply that to your own account. What is it that you know really well that you can explain simply for people? Okay, one of my other favorites is a fill in the blank tweet. I use this all the time. I don't know why more people don't do this because it's such a great way to generate engagement. So you can see Orman Clark here. He said, "Finish this sentence. Designers shouldn't," and then of course you fill in the blank. We use this all the time. So my main business, publishingpush.com, we will say, you know, finish this sentence, authors should never blank, or writers are always blank, you know, and you can use this for absolutely anything, but these tweets get so much engagement, so many replies, it works really well. Okay, so on to number 4. This one I don't have an example for, but it's repurpose. So I do this all the time where I will find a tweet of mine that did really well. I of course use Tweet Hunter, link below if you want to take a look, but you can do this in the Twitter dashboard as well, and look at the tweets that have performed really well for you and then just repurpose it. So take that content, rewrite it, maybe change the hook a little bit, maybe you've learned some new information or your opinion on that topic has changed, and just put that same content back out there, because as you attract new followers, of course they're not going to have seen the tweets that you put out, you know, months ago, probably even weeks ago. And the other thing you can do as well, and I use Tweet Hunter for this again, you can go and find other tweets that have done really well and then put your spin on that tweet. So don't copy it, but do your own version. So like the example I mentioned before, where it was designers shouldn't blank, we saw that tweet and went, oh, writers shouldn't blank, you know, whatever it is, or YouTube creators shouldn't blank. You can just apply it to something completely different. Okay, so on to number 5. This is from a chap called Dan Coe, and I love this tweet, and I actually did a similar version of this. So he put, "Selfish reasons I started a business." This is almost like a mini copywriting course in a tweet. So, you know, to not be given orders, to go to the gym at 2 p.m, to never have to wear a suit. And of course, the purpose of this tweet is the fact that personal motivations are often, you know, more important than materialistic financial ones. So to break down a little bit why this does so well, and the key ingredient that we want to take away from Dan's tweet is, if you put something out on Twitter that's interesting, but it's poorly formatted, it's going to flop. And then by comparison, if you put something out that's really interesting and it's well formatted, that's when it goes viral. So that's kind of the perfect combination that you want, right? And so again here, he starts it with a counterintuitive reason for starting a business. So a lot of people will say, I started a business because I wanted to improve my life, or I wanted to improve my customers' lives, to solve a problem, or help the environment, or a bigger cause. Whereas he's just said, here are the selfish reasons I started a business. So you can see how it flips what people normally say the opposite way around, which is why you take notice of then the next things underneath that hook. And the other key takeaway here is the meat of the content, so those reasons that he provides, the 5 reasons, it's in a list format. It's really easy to digest. So it was hook, easy to digest, and then kind of the main point he's trying to make is underneath it all. Okay, so on to example number 6. Again, we're back to Cody Sanchez. This comes from her. And so what she's done really well with this tweet is establishing credibility. So she's put, I've hired 50 plus CEOs. That's a lot of CEOs for someone to have hired. Of course, she puts wild, which is a nice way of lowering the brag. So that first hook is quite, braggadocious, you might say. And then the fact that she's put wild, it kind of humbles it a little bit. And then she hits you with, of course, the real meat of what you're going to get from this, which here are the top things I've learned about human nature and about high performers. So with this, she's able to teach you something, but she can back it up with the credibility because she has actually done the thing. And on top of that, she shows how many times she's done the thing, which gives her the credibility and shows you why you should pay attention and listen to what she has to say. And so I want to give you some examples for how you could take this formula and apply it yourself. So it could be hours that you studied X topic, right? So I studied writing for 100 hours. I studied Twitter for 100 hours. If you're enjoying this video, share it with someone who wants to improve their marketing, maybe specifically Twitter marketing. Like the video, hit subscribe, click the notification bell. Also, if you would like someone to give you some advice about marketing, improve your marketing, then check out my links down below. You can always head to my website or email me as well. Okay, so moving on to number 7 is make a list. Now, of course, that one's not a groundbreaking one, but the key mistake that sometimes people miss when they make a list is they don't tag all of the people that they're writing about. So I think some of the best ways to do a list creation is people lists or tool lists. The reason for this is because you can tag all of those people on Twitter. So for example, with this one that Jay has done, he said, steal the tech stack powering my $300,000 a year creative business. So this is such a good hook because so many people would want to have a creative business that was doing $300,000 a year. He's then listed all of the tools that he uses, he's tagged them, and then on top of this, it's great for those companies he's tagged because it's a case study for them. So they are 100% going to share this, retweet this, because it gives credibility to the fact that if you use their tools, that's going to help people with their creative business. It shows the value of their tools. On to example number 8, and this comes from Antonio. So I love this tweet. I think it's incredibly well written. So he establishes his credibility first and foremost. He's head of finance at Google. He's interviewed hundreds of candidates in his career. And the real kicker here that reels you in is he says, I know my decision within the first 7 minutes. So that's the bit that kind of makes you pay attention because he's established his credibility, his expertise, and then he says within 7 minutes, which is, a short amount of time just for someone to have already made their mind up in a job interview. And then he gives you the things to make sure you're well prepared and so you can get that dream job that you have always wanted. So he's giving you that value. Why this works so well is it plays upon a fear or a pain point that people have because they're scared of getting rejected in a job interview and they also want to maximize their potential. They don't want to put a foot wrong when they first go in for an interview. So you can see why this tweet did so well. Again, it was retweeted over 23,000 times, over 92,000 likes. So this one was an absolute monster when it was posted. Okay, so on to number 9, the final one. And this one is so important and it's such a missed opportunity by so many people. So how do you reply the right way on Twitter? See the original tweet from Sahil where he says your life can change when you're focused purely on daily effort. Just 1 year of focus on daily effort. This chap, Dave, has replied, and said, I'm just shy of the 1 year anniversary. Went a stranger on Twitter. That was, of of course, Sahil, invited him onto the audience building course. He's now achieved 100,000 followers on Twitter, LinkedIn, and he has a mid-six-figure training business. So again, he's given kudos back to the original person who tweeted. He's supporting him. You know, he's added his own take a little bit on that original post. He sparked a conversation. He's given Sahil something that, you know, Sahil would definitely go ahead and retweet. So you can see why that works really well. A lot of people just reply with amazing, wow, okay, cool. And that's not enough to generate a conversation, which is really what you want. So I hope you have enjoyed this video all about how to grow on Twitter with these amazing examples. Comment below and let me know your favorite example. Will you be implementing any of these? Do you have any other favorites? If you're looking for marketing help as well, get in touch with me. There are lots of links down below. Check out Tweet Hunter, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.